Welcome. We're in Arabian Ranches at the Hamptons Cafe with Chloe Widera, who is now looking to purchase her first home with Living Ascot. Welcome, Chloe. So lovely to have you here
Thank
with
you
us.
so much. I have to say, I love how you pronounce my surname. Can you say it again?
Videra.
Yeah, I can't even say it myself. I say Widera, but I love the way you say it. But thank you so much. It's such a pleasure to be here. I just can't wait. Yeah, I'm excited.
We're sitting here at the Hamptons Cafe in Arabian Ranches with Chloe Videra, founder of Trust the Content, who is looking to purchase her first home with Living Ascot. Now, Chloe, we've seen Dubai grow massively in the past few years. Lots of people moving in. I know you've been here for a while, but I want to hear from you what brought you to Dubai and what has been your journey so far.
Yeah, definitely. So my story, I think, is a bit interesting. So I moved here like 12 years ago. I was 21, so I was super young, and I had that big dream of becoming a successful international makeup artist. I used to live in London, and I was sharing a flat, and the competition was so intense in London, and I just couldn't make it as a makeup artist. I was struggling. And so one day I came back to my boyfriend at the time, which is now my husband, and I said, why don't we move to Dubai? I heard a model talking about the city and how it was an amazing place for makeup artists, lots of opportunities. The woman here are obsessed with beauty, and she think I will, potentially have a great career there. And he said, okay, let's go. And he left his job. I packed my bag and we got married because we thought that to live in Dubai, you had to be married. And a week later, we left to Dubai. I don't know why, but it was the best decision I could have ever made in my life. It was incredible. So we came here with no money, nothing. And very quickly, I was able to find a lot of work as a makeup artist. And for 10 years, I've built my career here. And I've had an amazing time. I worked on so many incredible projects, incredible brands that which I would have never had the same opportunity in Europe. And I did it. I became a successful makeup artist. And that led me to an opportunity of a lifetime to work with Huda Katan, the founder of Huda Beauty, where I was doing makeup for her campaign and her project. And there I met her sister, the co-founder, Mona Katan. And during COVID, I could no longer work as a makeup artist because of the circumstances, and I quickly had to find another job. In the meantime, and Mona offered me a position as a senior social media manager. So I was a bit surprised, but I took the opportunity because I love social media. I was handling my own social media for so long, and that's how I also became quite successful in Dubai. And she saw something in me. I'm very grateful for it, and I took the opportunity. So I worked with her for 3 years, building her social media account and building up her fragrance brand, Kayali, which is now a globally renowned brand. And I had the best time working for one of the honestly best company in the world. And I left. Sorry, this is a long story, but just to tell you how Dubai is such an amazing place for opportunities. Like dreams come true here. So, and I'm the living proof. My dream really came true here. And I left a year ago to open my own social media agency, Trust the Content, where I help people to really, learn social media, learn personal branding so they can create and shape their own, life, create their own opportunities, live a life on their own terms with the power of using those networks. And I'm passionate about it. I love it. We have a social media course running. We have so many things happening. And we're trying to empower everybody to just show up in their own life in Dubai, because it's really the place where anybody can start anything from scratch. You can open your business in 2 days. There's so much. It's just an inspiring, optimistic, booming place to be. So for any entrepreneur, any dreamer, this is your place, Dubai. I could not recommend it enough. So it's only to lead to this. It's only it makes sense for me to build my own so it makes sense for me to buy my own house here. Took me a while, but it's finally time, and I'm so excited.
Thank you so much for that. And I just wanted to have an understanding because you've lived here for so long, you've made the decision that you're looking to purchase your first home here in Dubai. I wanted to get an idea from you, like what are the ideal characteristics? What are you looking for in a community? And what would you say, what would make a community be the right one for you?
Right. So we've been around Dubai, and honestly, Having seen what's out there, I think I really know what I want now. I have two kids, so we're definitely looking for a family-friendly community. And we love Emaar development. We feel like they are so spot on. Everything is just so well done and designed, and I don't know, great customer service. We just love them. So we tend to gravitate to Emaar community. So we used to live in Mira. I don't know if you heard of, I'm sure you've heard of Mira community, which is beautiful. But now we're living in Emaar South, which is even better because there is no traffic and there's so much space and there's just everything we need. So yeah, beautiful community that is quiet and peaceful. We like it a bit away from the city just to avoid all the traffic. And we would like, if it's possible, 5-bedroom house, garden, lots of daylights, and we'll be happy.
Yeah, of course. I think Emaar South is a great community to be in, especially now since it's quite early. You've got the airport coming up. I think the city is just gonna grow towards that area, and
Definitely.
you're not gonna feel as far away
Yeah.
as the city moves onward. Like within the next 3 to 4 years, I think that's gonna pick up quite a lot. So that's fantastic that you know kind of what you want. That helps us narrow it down a little bit. So, Chloe, you mentioned that you're currently living in Emaar South. I found that very interesting, and I want to know what brought you to that community because a lot of people I talk to think it's too far away, and you see a lot of but you seem very excited about it. So, what do you like about it? What are you looking for in the ideal community, and if that is the ideal community for you?
Great question. So to tell you the truth, I am a homey person. I like to be home. I work from home. So I need my home to be like a safe haven. That's one. And so being in Emaar South for me makes sense because it's just a quiet area. There's not so many people yet.
Yeah.
And I also hate traffic. Traffic is cancer. If I'm honest with you, it brings a lot of anxiety, anger, and I protect my peace and energy at all costs.
Yeah.
So I want to just like be able to drive smoothly, put my podcast, enjoy life, go home in my safe little heaven. And then I have two kids, which are everything to me, and I want those kids to be first in a safe place, right? So I want a community that feels safe. And Emaar community tends to be really, safe and also, really well designed. And I need to be able to walk. My kids love to go to the park. They love to swim. They love to play with kids. We love community. Like we love the old-fashioned community when all the kids were on the street and playing together. So this is really what we're trying to recreate. And so sorry, this is really what we're trying to also recreate. So I really want my kids to be able to play outside safely with other kids in the streets, and that require communities that are built for that. We what else do we like? Sorry, what else do we like? Yeah, just outdoor space. Yeah, peace, quiet, community. Just yeah, love all around. Like just just friendly.
No, that's fantastic. Thank you for sharing that. I think a lot of families are looking for that family friendly vibe, somewhere you can feel safe and your kids can have an amazing childhood. Now, if you could build your dream home, what would it look like? What would it have?
Wow, that's where should I start? So if I could build my dream home, I would like a lot of daylight. I want to feel, happy in my space, a very optimistic space. I want to also have 5 bedrooms. So I would like a bedroom for each of my kids, a bedroom for our beautiful nanny, and also a space as where I can walk in, and also office space. I am a content creator. I'm also a small business owner, so I have a lot of things and projects, and I need space to be able to film and create my content and also like store everything that I sell in my small business. So that's what I'm looking for. So really a lot of space. And what else am I looking for? I would definitely would love a garden. We are big on barbecue. My husband is Aussie. I'm French, so we like to be outdoor. We like to, have people over. So garden is a must. Pool, we're not really bothered. There's pools in every community these days, so not really something that we are looking for. But just a place, yeah. I don't know what I'm saying.
That's fantastic that you know kind of what you want. That helps us narrow it down a little bit. I just wanted to ask you, like, what would be your ideal budget? Like, at what range are you looking to purchase
Right.
something there? So that way we can narrow it down even further.
Definitely. So, if I'm very honest with you, I know nothing about budgeting, and that's why I really need your help at Living Ascot, because I'm clueless. But what I can tell you is that we have a budget of approximately 3 million dirham, and I just need your guidance. Can I find something that like I want with that budget? And how does it all work?
Yeah, of course. So for a budget of 3 million within Emaar South, you would be looking either at something ready now, which are the townhouses communities, or there's also the standalone villas that are coming up within the next couple of years,
Oh,
which you can buy off plan and get the benefit of uh, a payment plan that could be either post handover or up to handover, which can make it quite flexible for you
okay.
in terms of budgeting. It would be kind of
Right.
like getting a mortgage, but without the interest.
Okay.
And it's done on the milestones of the development of the project
Okay.
itself. But in terms of budgeting, like a lot of buyers that are starting their process
Yeah.
don't realize that besides the cost of the property,
Yeah.
you have certain fees that are associated
Okay.
that you don't really see it posted in the portals.
Oh,
The
interesting.
price is just the price for the home, the one's advertised.
Okay.
So there you would be looking at around, we typically suggest here at Living Ascot to add 7% on top of the price of the home,
Okay.
because this will cover the 4% Dubai Land Department fee,
Interesting.
the 2% plus VAT agency fee,
Okay.
as well as fees for the trustee office and admin fees associated with getting the title deed of your property.
Okay.
And that will be make sure that you have all that covered
Okay.
and to make sure that you're getting your ideal
Yeah.
property
Yeah.
without stretching your wallet beyond
Right.
what you want to stretch
Yeah.
it to. You would be looking like for that budget, if let's say we find the right home for you, we close somewhere
Yeah.
around 3 million, you would be expect like your total expenditure will be around 3.2 million,
Gotcha.
like including the fees,
Right.
including everything.
Yeah.
Just that's just for you to keep in mind,
Okay.
and which also comes into play at the negotiation stage
Okay.
when you're putting in the offer in the
Yeah.
right property. But that's what here at Living Ascot, that's what we're here to help you with.
Yeah.
We'll make sure that once we find the right property, when we put in the offer
Yeah.
for you, that we're accounting for all of this
Right.
so that you are covered. And by the time it comes to get the keys, get the title deed of your property,
Yeah.
all those sort of fees are
Right.
covered from all regards.
Right. This is very good advice. I actually didn't know that, so thank you, because that could be such a bad surprise to find out. And then in terms of down payment, how does it work? Like how much it's required? Like what is the process?
Yeah, of course. So when it comes to the down payment, if you're going for a ready property, you're not looking to put a down payment. It's typically a 10% deposit,
Okay.
which is not cash.
Okay.
This is just given to the agent
Okay.
at the time that you put in an offer,
Yeah.
and this is shown to the seller to know
Right.
that the buyer's serious, that
Yeah.
that the transaction is going to go
Yeah. Yeah.
ahead. But this is not cash until the
Right.
time of transfer.
Right. So it's
Now,
to
yeah,
the agent, you mentioned.
correct. The agency holds the
That
check
holds
for
the.
you.
So this is the thing, like obviously there's so many agencies in Dubai and we hear so many scary stories, if I'm very honest with you. How do you trust your agent? Like I trust you because I know you guys, we have friends in common and so on, but like when you start from scratch, when you're an expat and you have no clue, like where do you go from it? Because it really is, it's really tricky.
I know, like at the minute, you have a lot of agencies working here in Dubai, but what I always recommend is go for the agent that you trust. You can start from scratch, not only looking at Property Finder, you're gonna find a lot of listings there, but also looking at the pages and websites of different companies to make sure that is a company whose values you align with.
Right.
That is a very first important
Yeah.
step, and that whose agents you would be able to trust throughout the process, and that you know they have your best interests at
Yeah.
heart as a buyer,
Right.
not just focusing on getting a deal over
Right.
the line, but more so listening to what you need in a property,
Yeah.
what your financial necessity is when it
Yeah.
comes to like the price you want to close
Yeah.
at, and then take you and walk you through the entire process
Right.
step by step, and answering any question you might
Right.
have.
Is there any kind of, I don't know, documents or anything I can ask, or should I ask the agent to make sure that I'm not gonna, because it's a big amount of money that you have to
Yeah.
give, right? So I just want to make sure that I'm not gonna get tricked or scammed or.
Yeah, of course. No, like I think that's something very important. And any agent, whenever you ask, they will provide you with a RERA license.
Right.
And you can even ask for the trade license of the company that
Right.
makes sure that it's registered, make
Right.
sure that it's registered with the DLD as well.
So I
That's
can do
very
that. I
important.
can ask those documents.
Yeah, yeah,
Right.
that's a document that I would be happy to provide to you.
Okay.
That's
Good to
something
know.
that it's not uncommon to ask agents
Right.
for, and definitely helps you build that trust because
Yeah.
the company has been registered, the agent has been registered in
Right.
RERA, and you can even see how long the agent has been working
Right.
in Dubai,
Yeah.
which I know like experience plays a key role, but that's something you feel whenever you're talking to the
Okay.
agent.
Okay. That's great. And so back to payments. Is there anything else I should know? You mentioned the additional fees, the 7%. Is there anything else that is important in this process? Or
Something I left out when I was talking about the additional fees. It's something that's usually overlooked by agents and only talked about when the deal is closed, and that would be conveyancing.
okay.
So here, like we agents were professionals when it comes to knowing the areas, knowing which are the houses that best suit you,
Right.
and also being able to negotiate a good price on the unit.
Okay.
Now, after you sign a sale
Yeah,
contract,
yeah, yeah.
the process doesn't stop there. It
No.
actually kicks off the transfer process,
Okay.
in which we have a team of professionals
Yeah.
at Living Ascot that will walk you through that process. So making sure that the paperwork is in line,
Yeah.
that if you're proceeding with the mortgage, that the bank does the valuation on a timely
Yeah.
manner, we get the final offer letter, and that the funds are dispersed in your account, so we
Right.
can draft up checks for the seller to receive their
Right.
payment. Now that is an extra service that we
Yeah.
provide, and it typically has a fee of around 5,000 plus
Okay.
VAT.
Okay.
But honestly, a good conveyancer is worth their weight in gold,
Right.
mostly because they can save a lot of headaches,
I see.
especially when it comes
Yeah.
because you're dealing with a lot of money,
Right.
and you want to make sure that it's all done correctly
Right.
in a timely manner,
Yeah.
and you don't run the risk of
Right.
losing your deposit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because if a transaction falls through,
Yeah.
that's what's at stake, the 10%
Oh, wow.
deposit, in case either buyer or seller are not able
I
to
see.
get it over the line.
Yeah. Thank you so much for clarifying all of this. Super interesting. And I have one more question regarding when you purchase off plan. It sounds very scary because we're seeing a lot of development in Dubai that just stop all of a sudden and then never, end up being completed. And if that's the case, then what happens to my money? Like, how does it work? I'm a bit skeptical, to be honest. It's appealing, but at the same time, I'm quite scared.
Yeah, no, of course. And I think this stems from what happened back in the 2008, 2009 financial crashes,
Right.
in which Dubai was severely affected, specifically the real estate sector when it comes to the off plan.
Yeah.
But since then, I think the UAE government has come a long way in terms of having a robust legislation that kind of protects you as a buyer, and it's reflected in the off plan market nowadays. So, for example, one of the first things I would recommend when looking to purchase an off plan property would be look at the track record of the developer, make sure that they have close to 100% completion rate, and that they're completing in a timely manner. Their reputation goes a long way in kind of
Right.
reassuring you. I know you're a fan of
Okay.
Emaar.
Yeah.
There's also other trusted developers that will give a good end product and
Yeah.
on time.
Okay.
Also, make sure that when you're booking an off plan
Yeah.
unit, you are putting the money into a trust
Yeah.
account,
Yeah.
so an escrow account, which is formally called.
Right.
And then if your money's in escrow, that's actually being held by the Dubai government.
Right.
So in case anything goes wrong, your money would be safe.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Like because it's not all released to the developer.
I see.
So this is some of the changes that they've
Yes.
made in recent years that really protect you. But
Definitely.
of course, if you want to add that extra layer of safety,
Yeah.
I would recommend doing your research on the developer. There's a lot of new developers that really have proven their worth, but not
Right.
in Dubai yet.
Yeah.
They've had projects in the UK, in
Gotcha.
India.
Yeah.
So you would want to make sure that you do your research in the projects they've
Yeah.
done in the past in different
Yeah.
countries, and see if that resonates with you as a buyer.
Yeah.
Gives you enough confidence if you're a fan of the project, and then I would say 100% go for it, because it would certainly appreciate in value
Right.
or turn out to be a fantastic home for you in the
Definitely.
future.
I mean, I'm very interested into the the off-plan project that you mentioned in Emaar South, and I
Yeah.
definitely would love to hear more about that because it sounds very interesting. It's exactly where I would like to live, and yeah,
Yeah, of course. Happy to send you details
perfect.
once we get back to office, and you
Okay.
can have a look at all the materials that we have for that.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
My
Thank you. It was
pleasure.
super helpful.
My pleasure. Okay.
Bye.